Okay, so TBC Classic, Anniversary, Pre-Patch. This is a video by Warrior TSW, top 10 TBC Pre-Patch tips. Let's see what he has to say.
Everyone, thank you so much for checking out my top 10 TBC Pre-Patch tips from TSW for TBC. Thank you for all the feedback on the last channel as I wipe the spit away from my monitor. It's been overwhelming with all the suggestions and kind words that everyone's been saying, so thank you for that. So, this is in no particular order, starting with numero uno. You can get access to TBC items as soon as the pre-patch comes. One of which that is useful for everybody, regardless of what class and spec you play, as well as your intentions during the pre-patch and TBC, is access to food and water from Outland. So here we are in the Tempest Keep. Nope, we are in Keepers of Time. If you walk down the spiral, you won't be able to get the quest yet if you're level 60 to do the dragon. That requires level 65. So you'll have to you'll probably be on a mount. I'm just running down in turbo speed. But anyway, get yourself down to Keepers of Time. It costs like 44 silver for a stack of 5 food and water. So it's quite expensive, but it is 20 to 30% faster regeneration and amount of food and health and mana than the standard food that we have now in vanilla. So definitely get yourself down here if you want to regen your health and your mana faster. Also, you can buy lots of it.
Wait, so you're telling me this right here is even better than the Conjured Mage items at the moment? Filtered Draenei watering gives you 5,100 mana over 30 seconds. Conjured Crystal Water, the max rank water, right? 4.2k over 13 seconds, 30 seconds I mean. The food as well, 4.32 over 3.18. Yeah, so like, this is actually better than what we currently have. That's kind of crazy. I didn't even know this, by the way, so huge tips, huge tips.
And even the level 65 Outland food that you can't use yet, send it to a bank alt and then return that mail to your main and have a replenished supply from your mailbox so you don't have to keep coming back to Keepers of Time. Number 2, Arcanite bar cooldown is removed in the pre-patch. So this will affect the price of arcane crystals. And if the price of arcane crystals is going up and down, and no doubt the price of the Arcanite bar will start to plummet, bear in mind, if you're one layer removed, things like the force reactive disc might hold their value a little bit better than the bars, so consider making some force reactive discs to be one layer removed from the bars themselves. When the price plummets, the shield might retain its price better and you can make some juicy profit. Number 3, Mooncloth cooldown is also removed.
No.
So this will affect the price of Fellcloth.
Bro, tip 2 and 3 sucks for me. I already knew these were happening, by the way, but yeah, that sucks. My passive gold makers or gold making characters with tailoring plus alchemy on them are going to suck until TBC comes out. I'm going to offload all of my stuff. Well, never mind. I've already offloaded them, all of them. But yeah, this is going to make tailoring plus alchemy be bad in the pre-patch, I guess, but in TBC, when we can start doing TBC crafting again on a cooldown, it's going to print. Can't wait.
Some more people farming in Fellwood for the cloth. If you've got any fell cloth or arcane crystals, get them crafted now. Use the cooldowns and sell before the cooldown is removed.
I will say, by the way, sure, do it now, but already the profit margins are so slim. They're slim to none. Like, they're so bad. Cooldown crafting in general is so bad unless you have any of the rare recipes in alchemy. It's been bad for a while, dude. It just went downhill and never really picked itself back up again. Sure, you do get some gold by just like clicking a button, but the amount of gold you're getting, man, it's gone down a lot, and I'm kind of sad about it, dude.
Removed.
Also, the stare he had when I paused there, not good, dude.
Okay, next.
Not a good time to pause the video.
Next up, rank 14 gear is purchasable from the vendor. You don't need to be ranking up anymore. You just need honor and marks. On screen, I'll show you the amount of honor and the marks needed. You don't need any Eye of the Storm marks for the level 60 armor or weapons, and you can grind them all. If you know lifed, I think in one weekend in the classic TBC Pre-Patch, I think in about a weekend, maybe 4 days, you can get the whole set. Okay? So if you've got an alt now that isn't rank 14, don't bother ranking it anymore. Just wait for the pre-patch and buy your gear from vendor. Number 5, you can get capped honor, 75,000 honor, and 100 of each marks if you're crazy. And you can take all of that into Outland when TBC drops and you can start leveling. You will be able to buy level 70 epic offset pieces like the belt straight away. The neck, I think, needs Eye of the Storm marks, so you won't have access to those until you start doing Eye of the Storm. And I think the boots might also require Eye of the Storm, but you'll definitely be able to get access to 4 pieces of the set. You can't get the head because that requires 20 marks of Eye of the Storm, but you will be able to get chest, legs, gloves, shoulders. So you will be able to get 4 sets straight away. This won't be the epic gladiator set. This will be the rare set before then, which you might know as the reputation set, but you can get it straight away without reputation, just with your honor and your marks from the pre-patch. You can also get your...
Right, so even if you don't care about prepping for like buying gear before TBC comes out, you can use the pre-patch, or even right now as well, to prep some of these marks and honor points, but primarily marks, by the way, because honor points, like, you will get way more honor points by doing battlegrounds at level 70, but the marks, you can prep those marks now, which is actually not a bad idea.
Weapons, these will again be rare, not epic gladiator pieces, but if you want to get a level 70 high item level item straight away, you can get the 2-handers and the range weapons. Not anything to be held in an offhand, as they do require Eye of the Storm marks. Next, what number are we? Number 6. Jewelcrafting is the new profession added into Burning Crusade. Okay, nothing too new there. It does require level 5 to learn the prospecting, and prospecting can be very profitable because you can go through lots of ore and get lots of these gems, which, like, so many people will just go into the auction house and buy the gems themselves. You can make money and avoid spending money leveling jewelcrafting by getting the corresponding ore that you can prospect into gems. You just won't be able to choose specifically what gems you get, but you will know the class of gem, the level range of gems that you can get, and sell the extras that you don't need. Also, harping back to a previous point, you can't prospect thorium into arcane crystals. Some people seem to think that because they're appropriate level, or thorium ore, and gem, arcane crystal, that you can prospect thorium ore into arcane crystals. No, you can't. But you can prospect thorium ore into a low chance rare TBC gems, like this shadow Draenei here. Oh. This is an uncommon Outland gem that you can attain in the pre-patch by prospecting thorium ore.
Okay, so those gems, by the way, could end up being super expensive in the pre-patch, because people love, and I don't know why, but they love buying TBC items before TBC is out. So you could be able to cash in on some people being stupid here, by the way. If you're prospecting, prospect thorium, get those TBC gems, and sell the TBC gems for a stupid price that is going to go downhill when TBC is out. We saw this happen with, like, Cataclysm materials, because I found a way to skin Cataclysm mobs in Wrath of the Lich King, sold those leathers for stupid gold, and the second Cata came out, they went downhill like crazy. And even in Classic WoW as well, when TBC came out the first time, we were able to farm netherweave cloth through a method that is probably not going to work this time. But I mean, it's literally farming outside Karazhan. And we got netherweave cloth before we were supposed to. And they sold really well as well. I'm just saying. Also fishing in Karazhan as well. Or basically not in Karazhan, but the waters outside Karazhan. You can get TBC fish and sell that as well for a stupid amount of gold. Just gonna like let that in there, and anybody who gets those tips, well, there we go. Hopefully you make some gold from it.
Okay, number 7. This one was very popular last time in TBC Prepatch. You can farm you can farm netherwing cloth from these mobs outside Karazhan in Deadwind Pass.
Oh, these are... I literally just said that, dude. Okay, sorry. My bad.
Level 68, maybe 69 mobs, and they drop quite a lot of why am I saying thorium? Of netherweave cloth. They can also drop rare blues that are Outland level appropriate, because these are Outland level mobs. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to find an online source saying that they can drop world epics, but I think, if memory serves, there were epics on the auction house prior to TBC launch, but I couldn't find any evidence of that, so I'm not including it. But can you remember there being epics from Outland, from these mobs being on the auction house before TBC launched? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, next we have number 8, patterns added to trainers. Now, normally in Classic 60, everyone's an engineer, right? We all want the coveted schematic thorium shells. This saves you so much time, effort, and money when leveling the last 15 points of engineering. Now, in the pre-patch, you can learn this from trainer. So expect the price of the thorium shells pattern to plummet. And it's one of those quality of life things that a lot of people don't really consider when it comes to the Burning Crusade. Having these easy to skill up profession items being added to vendor. This is still number 8. So number 8 is engineering and enchanting. So enchanting is the same, but there are many, many more patterns that still drop in the world, but are also added to the vendor. So here's a selection on screen now that you can simply get from the trainer. So these patterns will plummet in value. However, with the thorium shells, you can still make a lot of profit. If the pattern is 50 silver on auction house, you might still be able to sell it for 50 gold to the unsuspecting buyer, following an old outdated guide, not taking into account TBC. Number 9, we have smelting. It's so much easier in TBC and the pre-patch. You can level from 0 to 290 only with smelting. The window of skill opportunity has increased for more than half of the smelting, predominantly those towards the end of the skill, like I think it's Mithril, you can see here, that has an added, how much is it? Is that's not 250, is it? That's an extra 75. No, is it 230? So what's that? 45 extra skill ups you can get from Mithril. The preview that I'm looking at on my screen is so small, it's very
nice. You went mining for the last 2 days, yeah. Yeah, you can go all the way to 290 now or some shit from smelting. Nice. So you just gotta get the last 10 skill points, which, to be fair, you can get in TBC itself. I think you have to be 275 or something to go into TBC. But obviously, the more you have, the better.
Hard to tell the numbers. But you can skill to 290 just from smelting. Yeah. No more running around aimlessly trying to go back and forth and smelt a little bit, mine a little bit from the nodes. You can do it all from smelting. Okay, next up, this is a big one, number 10, the Draenei hit ratio. So many people don't know about this. This isn't necessarily a pre-patch specific thing, but if you're playing a class that can be Draenei, not necessarily just Shaman, pay attention, because a lot of people don't know that the hit rating from a Draenei is specifically spell hit or physical hit. And what determines that is the class that you play. Warrior, Paladin, Hunter is physical hit only. Priest, Shaman, Mage is spell hit only. So if you have an enhanced Shaman in your melee group and you think you're getting 1% physical hit, that is wrong. You're getting 1%.
That right there is a good... this right here, I didn't even know this, by the way. That probably shows how uneducated I am, or how much I'm not paying attention to the super high-end stuff. This right here is a really good advice. And for some reason, I didn't even think about this. Even though I literally played a Shaman today, and now looking at these icons, I had the Inspiring Presence icon when leveling a Shaman on the public test realm. Not Heroic Presence. So yeah, like, looking at this icon, it makes sense, because I've seen both of these icons now, and there has to be a reason why the icons are different. So if you have a spellcasting Shaman in your group, except for Holy Paladin, but like, if you have a Priest, Shaman, or Mage Draenei in your group, then it's going to give you spell hit. And if you have a Warrior, Paladin, or Hunter Draenei, you're going to get melee hit. Which means a lot of hunters might want to go Draenei Hunter. Suddenly, it makes so much more sense why I actually see Draenei Hunters. Because now you could have, for example, a Survival Hunter going into... I'm just trying to, like, think here, but how about a Survival Hunter going Draenei and applying Expose Weakness? Is that me thinking too hard? Am I being stupid? Or is that actually goated?
Spell hit. If you had a Draenei Hunter, Paladin, Warrior, then that would be physical hit. And that sums up this top 10 pre-patch tips and tricks. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up, leave a comment with any more TBC pre-patch ideas, tricks, tips that you have, and if there's a lot of them, I'll credit you and put it into a part 2 video. And subscribe for more TBC content. Next up, I think I might do how to make gold in TBC with general investments, and then later down the line, some specific gold farms. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Peace. I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, that was a good video, by the way. Some good advice and some things that I personally haven't even thought about. So I learned something. That's kind of crazy. Also, I'm not like, I don't know everything about TBC, so me learning something isn't really that crazy, but I'm really happy, so thank you.